G'day guys, I'm Paul.
I'm Alex.
And we're here today to show you how to play...
I'm like...
And we're today to show you how to play NinjitZoo.
Don't listen to him.
Enjoy the video. I'm a better shuffler. 2, 3. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
When you deal the characters, you have to make sure you watch out for this guy, Bruce Fleet. He's too small to escape on his own, so he needs a character to connect to.
Alright. Here you go, Brucey.
He's riding on a grasshopper.
Stranger things have happened.
That's true. The next thing we do is deal out 4 cards to each player. When you look at your cards, make sure you reveal any escape routes that you have in your hand. What did you get, Bookshelf? 2 escapes.
Oh, he got more than any of us.
Bookshelf's only left with 2 cards in hand, so he's going to have to get 2 more.
And another escape. So that one goes, and because Bookshelf still doesn't have 4 cards in hand, he must keep drawing up until he gets a total of 4. See? Another escape. So that one goes in the middle like this. Draws again. I swear to God, Bookshelf, you get another escape, I'm going to kill you.
And that's the basic setup. You can now start the game.
Okay, we're just going to quickly run you through a player's turn here. We'll show you what Bookshelf here would be able to do on his turn. Now, as you can see on the table right now, all the hands are actually visible. This, of course, wouldn't be the case in a real game, but for the instructional video, we want to have everything out in the open so you can see exactly what we do. So at the start of each player's turn, they would draw 2 cards from the deck, adding it
Bookshelf
to their hand. There, Bookshelf's quite lucky, isn't he?
3 items.
Yeah, 3 obstacles. So now, looking at the pool here, we can see that we don't really need any items in order to escape right now, but we've got a harder escape here that comes with a mysterious mode, which we've got. So because we can only play 1 item per turn, it's best to always plan ahead. So we're going to play the mysterious mode. There we go. Nice little spot. So you just play the item in your item area, just right below your Ninjanimals. Now, any Ninjanimal can then use that item for escape.
Now Bookshelf's played an item, he can attempt an escape. Looking at the escapes at hand, we have 2 easy escape routes. By the pink dots, looking at the rules, we know that he only needs 1 item to escape through both of these, while something like Naughty Trick that has 2 pink dots and a yellow dot means that he'll need at least 2 items. 1 the yellow one and 1 of the pink ones. At the moment, Dim Sum is equipped with a sharpened scrubber. Each animal has a strength and a weakness. The sharpened scrubber is an equipped item that Dim Sum has at all times and can't be taken away. And the spotlight is a weakness. If anyone plays a spotlight obstacle, Dim Sum will not be able to get through it. Nose Pick requires you to either cut through wires to get around a lock or use a sharpened scrubber to pick a lock. So at the moment, Bookshelf's perfect escape attempt will be using Dim Sum to Nose Pick. All he has to do is mention which Ninjanimal is escaping and which escape route he will be going through. So at this point, I'll talk for him. Bookshelf doesn't have a good mouth. Dim Sum will be escaping Nose Pick.
Alright, then this gives an opportunity to each of your opponents to play 1 obstacle each. As was mentioned, Dim Sum has a weakness for spotlights. I happen to have a spotlight, muhaha, so I'm going to place this under Nose Pick like so. You just place it underneath the card, so the symbols at the bottom of the obstacle are always showing. so you know what requirements that you need in order to bypass that obstacle. So in this case, it's rather irrelevant for Dim Sum because he's immune to spotlights. So not immune, he's got a weakness for spotlights, so essentially as soon as the spotlight is there, he's stopped. But anyone else would require 1 additional speed and 1 additional strength in order to bypass that obstacle and use that escape.
At this point, Dim Sum has failed his escape attempt, and it will be the next player's turn.
Alrighty, so going in a clockwise order, it'd now be my turn. So I'm going to draw 2 cards and put them in my hand. So I've drawn another item and another obstacle. Alrighty, so looking at the card pool here, I can see with Scale the Fence, I simply require the Thick Slick Rope or the Chewed Up Chewy. Now, none of my Ninjanimals come with those items, but I do happen to have in my hand the Thick Slick Rope. So I'm going to play that in my item pool as my 1 item this turn, and then we'll announce to Scale the Fence with Nunchuk.
This gives us an opportunity to play obstacles once again. Now I have the Windmill of Death, which Nunchuk absolutely hates, and as before, we're going to place this obstacle underneath the escape route, showing the 2 icons that are needed extra to escape.
Now, normally for a mere chicken, this would stop him in his tracks, but because Nunchuk is, after all, a ninja, he's simply going to fly kick over that Windmill of Death. Now, as you can see, by me playing the action card, Fly Kick grants me, for this turn only, and for 1 Ninjanimal, 1 speed and 1 strength. So, I play this action card by placing it in the discard pile, and now for this turn, I have the requirements in order to beat that obstacle. This now gives others another chance to play any obstacles, but I've already exhausted my opportunity. Now, Bookshelf, this is Paul's first Ninjanimal. You don't really have to care about him escaping, so you get you should.
you get the opportunity to play an obstacle, but probably won't.
Now that this attempt has been successful, we're just going to clear up shop here, discard the obstacle attached, that pesky Windmill of Death, and also the item that was used for the escape, which in this case was the Thick Slick Rope, so that goes into the discard pile as well. And then we place Nunchuk over the escape like so, and he is out of there. First animal is successful.
This animal comes up the escape route, and now the escape route cannot be attempted by any other animal. If Paul has nothing else to do, we'll probably make it my turn.
Yeah, I suppose you could have a turn.
I'm going to start my turn by drawing 2 cards. And one of them's an escape route, so I'm going to display that out here for everyone to attempt.
To run.
Now, we've got an escape here called Let's Do the Time Warp. That's a special escape that you need a certain action card to do. So all I have to do at this point is announce an escape. Now I haven't played any items or any obstacles or any actions yet. I can do this at any point in my turn, even when I'm attempting an escape. So Bamboo, the panda, he's gonna find out what this glowy thingy is in the middle here. Now Bamboo is gonna do Let's Do the Time Warp, and I'm gonna show everyone my card, which is ooh glowy thing. This is just showing that I actually have the card that the escape requires to escape.
Alright, this now gives the opportunity for all players to play their 1 obstacle for the turn. Now, it is first come, first serve. Sometimes you want to kind of bait other players into using their obstacles if you want to hold on to yours, but if it's quite obvious no one's going to play anything, which is the case here, because Bookshelf, he always leaves all the hard work up to me, I'm going to play my 1 obstacle for this turn. So in this case, it is one of the moat obstacles, which is one of the obstacles that comes with an item requirement as opposed to a stat requirement. So this obstacle happens to make this require the Chewed Up Chewy.
At this point my attempt has failed as I don't have chewed up chewing gum, and I'm going to check my hand to see if there's any items that I could potentially play that will help me out here, and there is none. So because this is a special escape, all I have to do is reveal this card. I'm going to put this back in my hand to use at a future time. We've progressed in the game a bit, and it's now Bookshelf's turn. We can see here Rummage Through the Scrummage is out, and Bookshelf has a pile of junk ready to play. He does not have the thick slick rope which is required.
Can you pronounce it?
I can try. Now, instead of drawing 2 cards for his turn, he can go through the discard pile and look for an item he needs. We know that Paul used the thick slick rope on, I'll say it again, the thick slick rope on a previous escape attempt. So Bookshelf will know that the thick slick rope is in the discard pile. So he's going to draw this instead of drawing 2 cards and put it into his hand. The thick slick rope. Starting off his turn, he's going to play the rope. And he's going to announce that Rambo is going to rummage through the scrummage. Pile of Junk also has a special rule, is when you start an escape attempt, you have to choose either speed, strength or stealth, and you gain that stat bonus until the end of turn. Rambo's weakness is speed, so we're going to choose speed for him. Now he's got 1 speed, and he's going to attempt an escape.
But now any of the opponents once again would have the opportunity to stop him, but as you can see from my dwindling hand, I have got no obstacles and neither does Alex.
I am empty of obstacles.
So it's one of those situations where nobody has actually got any ability to stop him, so this attempt is successful.
Like before, we place the ninja animal on top of the escape route, but he's used 2 items in this escape, and we'll have to discard them.
So they go into the item recycling pile. Now as you can see, we've actually separated the items from the main discard pile. This is just a really easy way to keep track in the game of which items you have available for the recycling mechanism. Alright, so now it comes back round to me again, so I'm going to draw 2 cards at the start of my turn. Alrighty, so here I've drawn an action which is a commando roll and an item which is wire cutters. I haven't played an item this turn, and I can see here with nose pick requires the wire cutters as well as 1 speed and 1 strength for the obstacle as an additional requirement to meet that escape route. So I am going to play the wire cutters, and that grants me 1 strength and 1 stealth. I already have 1 speed from the trick tree and another speed and stealth from the staff schedule. So as you can see, I have more than enough stats in order to meet that escape route's requirement. So I'm going to attempt to escape with Karate Chomp.
Now, I can't do anything as I don't have any obstacles, but good old Bookshelf, he's got a guard to play. So we're going to put this guard, making the obstacle require an extra 2 speed.
Great.
You can put any number of obstacles on an escape route, making it harder and harder for even the simplest escape.
Yep, so that stops me. So I don't have the additional 2 speed, or 1 speed now, in order to bypass that obstacle. So Karate Chomp face plants into that. But one of the positives is that because I didn't actually succeed in that escape, and because I don't have to discard any items used for obstacles, I don't have to discard anything. So I get to keep all of my items and carry on another day.
I'm going to start my turn now by drawing 2 cards, revealing any escape routes. And we have 1 escape route here, running out of room. And I'll draw another card.
There's a lot of plans on the table.
A lot of plans going down.
You still got all your ninja animals.
That's right, which means I'm the only one eligible to do Stick 'em Up. Stick 'em Up requires 3 ninja animals to help each other escape.
It's got 3 red symbols.
3 red symbols, that's right. Only one of them will escape, but the other 2 will boost him up and over the wall. So I'm going to hope that the generosity of my 2 friends here comes through and I'll be able to escape with 1 finally. I'm going to grab Dojo, the gender confused deer, and he's going to attempt to stick him up while the choker and bamboo help him. So Dojo is going to stick him up.
And that's an interesting pile of animals. Who's on the top and the bottom?
I have no idea.
Like that's one strong snake if he's holding up a panda.
They're all muscle. This gives other players an opportunity to play obstacles or any actions that may stop me. but as we're playing open, I already know they don't have a chance. So Dojo gets helped up by Bamboo and the Choker, and successfully attempts this escape.
So what is the purpose of having that kind of escape in the game?
This was one of our catch-up mechanisms, so if someone's really lagging behind like I was, they get a chance to have an easy escape without losing any items.
Happens a lot to him. Alright, so it is now Bookshelf's turn, and he is going to be trying to escape with his final Ninjanimal, because if he does, he wins the game. So he's looking at the escapes here, and although Nosepick has got quite a few obstacles on it, he realizes that most of the other players have played all, if not most, of their obstacles. So no one's... Yeah, I know I have. So no one's going to have any real way to stop him. I mean, that's the way you kind of have to predict the flow of the game, of how things are going to go. So, taking the risk, he's going to decide that he is going to Nosepick.
With Nosepick, we have two obstacles. We have a Spotlight obstacle and a Guard obstacle. Now, Dim Sum's weakness was Spotlights, if we remember, but he's also picked up an action card that will discard one of these type of obstacles, being a Spotlight. So, first things first, he's going to use the action card to get rid of the Spotlight obstacle.
So that gets discarded.
This means there's a much better chance that he can escape. He also has a fail-proof goggles, because when you're wearing goggles you can clearly go faster, less tears in your eyes. And he comes equipped with the Sharpened Scrubber, which is also used on Nosepick.
So because he's got the stats required in order to beat this obstacle, he doesn't need to have anything that gets rid of guards, because guards aren't a weakness for him, so they're not a problem. He'll just scoot right on past. So he is going to, meeting the requirements of this obstacle, announce his escape with Dim Sum. Nobody else can play any of their obstacles. No one can do anything to stop him. They don't even have an action card in order to steal anything from him. So his attempt is successful. The obstacle gets discarded. Not that it really matters at this point.
Item gets discarded.
Because that was his last Ninjanimal, so Bookshelf officially wins the game. It makes us feel like rotten idiots.
Goddamn Bookshelf every time.
Yep, even by a piece of wood.
How do we lose against this thing?
I don't know.
Maybe you won't be so pissed off.
Did we make this game?
We did, but he just always beats us.
I don't know. It's like it's a certain type of finesse in order to hold books. It's all that. I'm gonna blame the knowledge. It's like he's just absorbing all that knowledge all day. It's like it's not our fault.
I give up.
It's not our fault.
I give up.
All right. Sit. All right. Well, I hope you guys learnt a little bit more about how to play Ninjitzu. And if you have any additional queries and questions, don't hesitate to just leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.